If you're parenting a neurodivergent child, um, you've probably noticed this already. All right, a lot of the advice out there, it sounds helpful at first. It sounds doable until you try it, and then you try it again, and then it either does not work, it sometimes makes things worse, or maybe even leaves you feeling like you are somehow missing something or you're doing something wrong. And that is because a lot of parenting advice is really focused on the behavior that you can see, that you're observing, not what is actually driving it underneath. So, if a child is avoiding and refusing and shutting down, melting down and arguing, or maybe just completely falling apart in front of you, most people jump straight to trying to fix that behavior. But that is where we get stuck as moms, because what looks like defiance might actually be overwhelm. What looks like laziness might actually be slow processing. The shutdown, the anxiety, or a nervous system that is completely and possibly just overloaded. So, another one, what looks like manipulation, okay, that might actually be panic and confusion. Maybe they're feeling shame, or a kid who does not have the capacity in that moment that everyone just assumes they should have. And when no one explains that, moms do what any overwhelmed mom would do. They start searching late at night, doom scrolling. When the house is finally quiet, they are Googling, reading Facebook comments, trying to figure out why nothing seems to fit their kid. And honestly, that search can actually make things worse, make us feel worse. Not because we're doing anything wrong, but because so much of the advice out there is really surface level. Okay, it talks about what to do with the behavior without helping you completely understand what that behavior may be communicating. And when you do not have the right lens, or you're not given the right lens, every one of those hard moments start to feel personal. You start possibly second guessing yourself. You wonder if you're being too soft or too firm, too emotional, too reactive. You keep trying different advice, just hoping something will finally click. But the real problem is not that you are not trying hard enough. That's not it at all. The real problem is that most moms were never given the right information to begin with. Because the shift starts when you stop asking, okay, how do I make this behavior just stop or change? And then you start asking, what is this behavior telling me about what is going on, like really, like underneath this behavior? And that is where interpretation starts to change. That is where your responses actually start to change. And that is where peace starts to happen. Because once you understand what is underneath that behavior, you start chasing those random strategies and start responding more authentically in ways that actually fit you and your kid. And honestly, this is exactly why I created the Empowered Mom Method, because moms do not just need more advice. They need a real support system that helps them understand what is underneath that behavior and access the right information when it is needed, and get live support and community while they put all of this into practice. It is not a step-by-step program. You don't follow a curriculum. It's not telling you exactly what to do in every moment. It is actually a nervous system, brain-based system with a video library, real-time guidance, and a community of moms who just get it. Because when you finally understand what is driving your kids' behavior, everything starts to make more sense. And that is when calmer, more confident parenting actually begins. That's where it lives. So if you are tired of guessing and trying to piece this together on your own, I'll link the Empowered Mom Method below. Can't wait to meet you there.